You're listening to a Roddenberry podcast.
Today is Thursday, March 4th, 2021, and this is your daily Star Trek news from the Roddenberry Podcast Network. On today's show, 32nd Century ships arrive in Star Trek Online with the Janeway-class Command Science Vessel. Star Trek Lower Decks is coming to Blu-ray and DVD in May, and I've got a rundown of the weekend's Star Trek events. I'm Alison Pitt, and today's show is supported by people like you through Patreon. Find out more and add your support at patreon.com/Daily Star Trek News. First up, Perfect World Entertainment and Cryptic Studios have announced a new promotional campaign for its massively multiplayer online role-playing game, Star Trek Online, and it starts today, March 4th. Promotions are not uncommon for this game, but this time, players are being offered the chance to win a Tier 6 Janeway-class Command Science Vessel, as seen in Star Trek Discovery as the Voyager-j. It'll be the first 32nd Century ship in the game. Now, you may be thinking to yourself, wait a minute, on Discovery, the Voyager-j is introduced as an Intrepid-class vessel like the original, not a Janeway-class, and you would be right in thinking that. But I promise you it's the same ship, and it's got some pretty awesome capabilities. To start, the Janeway-class ship is specifically outfitted to serve not only as a science vessel, but as a fleet command ship as well. Other upgrades include enhanced shields and restorative circuitry, an advanced cloaking system, 32nd Century phasers, and much more. Oh yeah, and it also has a photonic cannon. That's a nice nod to the Doctor's imaginary superweapon of the same name from the Star Trek Voyager Season 6 episode, Tinker Tenor, Dr. Spy. So what is it going to take for you to win your own Janeway-class vessel? Just purchase a new Duty Officer pack or a Research and Development pack between 8 a.m. Pacific Time today, March 4th, and 10 a.m. Pacific Time on Thursday, March 25th. Once that pack is opened, you'll either get 10 Lobi crystals or your choice from a number of special prize ships. You can either grab the Janeway class, or if you've had your eye on one of the older ones like the La Sirena Heavy Raider from Star Trek Picard, or the Discovery-era Constitution class, you can grab one of those instead. And of course, you'll also get what you originally bought, the R&D or Duty Officer pack. Now, both the R&D packs and Duty Officer packs are available from the C Store. That's the in-game store that takes Zen, which you can buy with real-world money. As an incentive, if you buy these packs between now and next Monday, March 10th at 10 a.m. Pacific Time, you'll get an extra 20% off. And you can also buy multiple packs at a discount too. For more information and to download Star Trek Online, which is free to play, visit StarTrekOnline.com. Now, next up, Star Trek Lower Decks is heading to Blu-ray and DVD coming in May. StarTrek.com announced the news on Tuesday, sure to be music to the ears to fans without CBS All Access, who have waited since the show's premiere last August to experience the awesome wonderment of the franchise's latest animated undertaking. Hyperbole there, added by me. Star Trek Lower Decks Season 1 will hit virtual shelves and probably a few physical ones too on May 18th, 2021, from CBS Entertainment and Paramount Home Entertainment. In addition to containing all 10 episodes from the show's first season, it'll also be packed with value-adding extras, and if you so desire, a limited edition steelbook. StarTrek.com highlights the special feature Lower Decktionary, which they say is a multi-part exploration of the series' music, art design, animation process, and more. It'll be joined by other special features like deleted scenes, the trailer for the in-series movie from Episode 9, Crisis Point: The Rise of Vindicta, and of course a healthy explanation of the series' Easter eggs, straight from the people who hid them. Star Trek Lower Decks Season 1 on Blu-ray and DVD is available to pre-order from Amazon.com right now, and of course you can already watch on the brand new Paramount Plus, which just launched today. Now I've got the weekend's online events here in just a moment, but first, a word from me. This show is supported by people like you through Patreon. Your support from as little as $1 a month helps us pay for our expenses like hosting and software, and helps us grow the show so we can bring you even more Star Trek news wherever you are. Please consider supporting the show on Patreon. You can find out more at patreon.com/Daily Star Trek News. That's patreon.com/Daily Star Trek News. And a big thanks to you for supporting this show. Now it's the weekend's Star Trek events. Now, Paramount Plus has just launched today, but, television isn't for everyone, right? Who am I kidding? It's for everyone. But sometimes you just want to see real people anyway, and if that's you this weekend, then here, have some Star Trek events to choose from. First up, on Saturday, March 6th from 10:15 a.m. Pacific Time, Star Trek Voyager guest star Mark A. Shepard will be appearing at Creation's virtual event for the show Supernatural. He's got his own Q&A session, a meet and greet, and virtual one-on-ones scheduled, so if you're interested, head to creationent.com for details. Also on Saturday, March 6th, but slightly later at 2 p.m. Eastern Time, Science Division, makers of official Star Trek app-enabled tribbles, are hosting another one of their Tribble Talk events. This one is called Tribble Talk Afrofuturism in Star Trek and Art. Guest Justin Perry from Just Genius Art will be leading the conversation with Science Division over Zoom. Now, this one's free for anyone to attend. Make sure that you follow Science Division on Facebook and Twitter for more information, and they'll post the link for the show on their website just before. That's at sciencediv.com. Moving on to Sunday, March 7th now, and GalaxyCon Live is back with another Star Trek-themed event, this one all about the Klingons. From 4 p.m. Eastern Time, join actors J.G. Hertzler, Robert O'Reilly, and Gwyneth Walsh for a virtual Q&A. As per usual, registration is free but required, and you can also purchase add-ons like one-on-one video chats and autographs if you so desire. This event is also selling autographs from Susie Plaxon, even though she won't be at the Q&A or doing video chats. For more information, visit galaxycon.com. Then later on Sunday, starting at 5 p.m. Pacific Time, it's Star Trek The Cruises Virtual Voyage. Join hosts Chase Masterson, Nana Visitor, Connor Trenier, and cruise director J.T. Waters as they host this special event in lieu of this year's cruise. The party will be broadcast live on YouTube and features chats with celebrities, an at-home door decorating contest, and the cruise's infamous pajama party, hosted by Chase Masterson. To find out more, including how to watch the festivities, visit Star Trek The Cruise on Facebook at facebook.com/Star Trek The Cruise. And of course, don't forget to join me tomorrow afternoon, Friday at 1 p.m. Pacific Time, for the live show Daily Star Trek Views on YouTube. This week, I'm talking about Star Trek Lower Decks Episode 6, Terminal Provocations. Subscribe now so you don't miss it. Head to youtube.com/Daily Star Trek News. Now, if you have an online event or a gathering that you'd like for me to promote on the show, then please let me know. How are you getting together with your fellow Trekkies without leaving the house? Now, I just have one last thing before I go today. I just want to remind you of a programming change for tomorrow. Podcast listeners, you'll be getting part 1 of my interview with Walter Koenig, and you YouTube viewers will just have to make do with a live stream. Part 2 of Walter's interview will hit the podcast feed on Monday, and I'll be back with the news on Tuesday. Well, that's it for today's Daily Star Trek News from the Roddenberry Podcast Network. Don't forget to check out the other great shows in the network at podcasts.roddenberry.com. Daily Star Trek News is produced by me, Alison Pitt, with selected stories by Chris Peterson and events by Marina Kravchuk. We're supported by people like you through Patreon. Find out how you can add your support at patreon.com/Daily Star Trek News. And finally, please make sure that you're signed up for the Daily Star Trek newsletter at dailystartreknews.com/contact. Get all the day's Star Trek news delivered straight to your inbox every weekday morning. Thanks once again for tuning in. I'm Alison Pitt. Live long and prosper.
This is a Roddenberry podcast. For more great podcasts, visit podcast.roddenberry.com.